Shalom. Call all y'all Bashim Shai by Shimru Kakadash. That rounds to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well. To the Akims on the four corners of the earth teaching his truth, enriching their lives each and every day. And to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification, coming with a lesson. Oppression makes a wise man mad, especially in Babylon. And basically, when you look at the state of our people in Babylon, they would basically tell you, oh man, I'm living my best life. You know what I'm saying? The southern and the northern kingdom pretty much they'll paint that picture, you know what I'm saying? Like they living on top of the world. Like they doing so good in this oppression place, you know what I'm saying? This place is nothing but hell, you know? And they will tell you they'll tell you their business is running really good. Oh man, I just came back from this beautiful vacation, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I just got a job, good paying job, recently. Oh man, you should check out my new ride I just bought. You know how Jake is, man. Jake will paint a picture, man, that their life is just going like really good. But it's not like that, like they say. Pretty much it's basically like baby mama drama, behind on my mortgage, my car about to get repo, but they'll perpetrate like they doing good in Babylon when they doing horrible, But that's our people, man, And one thing, man, this place has a stronghold on our people, man. They don't care, man. All they care about is the situation what's going on here, They basically trying to live it up, And when you look at things like that, Jake is asleep, Majority of Jake in this earth, the 2/3, they sleep, you know what I'm saying? They just not realizing that the things that they think about is meaningless. It don't mean nothing. It's stupidity, you know what I'm saying? It's garbage. But if they tell you that's something on the top of their list, which all the stuff that I list that they doing real good, And what's that scripture, can get that right now. I got it right now. Genesis chapter 49 and 9. And Judah is a lion whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion. And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Yeah. Who shall rouse him up? You know what I'm saying? Because Jake, like I say again, right now, Jake is asleep, Jake need that fire lit, you know what I'm saying, to ignite him, to wake him up, to rouse him up, But right now, they in that lazy lion sleep mode where they in the corner over here, like a lion do, just sleep, And that's Jake, Jake only care about the stupid things that's going on, watching sports all day. You know what I'm saying? When the next fight coming up, And don't get me wrong, we watch sports too, but that's Jake's main motive, you know what I'm saying? To feed his flesh instead of feeding the most important thing is his spirit, you know what I'm saying? And that's all through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, But if you was going on right now with the Northern Kingdom, you know what I'm saying, they pretty much dealing with some situations here, you know what I'm saying, like ICE, dealing with getting deported, back to their country and everything. So, the Northern Kingdom is going through some stuff. So, what in the right mind that you think you living the best life? No. And that's why I say oppression makes a wise man mad, And the Northern Kingdom don't think they're going through anything. Same thing with the Southern Kingdom. They think that, hey, things is all right. But it's not, you know what I'm saying? So let me read that back again. Genesis chapter 49, verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Yeah, because right now, Jake, he's in that sleep mode. But Yahweh Shai gonna rise him up. He gonna rouse him up, and he gonna get him ready for this battle. You know what I'm saying? But at the moment right now, he's asleep. But it's gonna come a time when Jake gonna rise up. And that's gonna be through the power of Yahweh Shai. It's gonna bring him through this circumstance that we in, this oppression that we in, that we dealing, with every day, And our people should see that and say, man, this ain't how we supposed to live, It's not the way, It's a bigger picture than this. It's more to come. It's the kingdom, and this ain't the kingdom, and that's what we praying for. Yahweh Shai come back and destroy this place. Yahweh Shai come back and get rid of this place. And we hasten in the day, you know what I'm saying? Patiently waiting, Let me get Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression, perverseness, and stay thereon. Yeah, because Israel, that's all they do is trust in oppression. You know what I'm saying? And the main one is oppressing them is the elites, of this world, And one thing that the elites do or the government does is they always throw a gift out there, you know what I'm saying? A gift destroys the heart, Esau know his little trickery that he does to, get our people to follow along what he's trying to do, And a lot of his, the gift that destroys the heart is government assistance, you know what I'm saying? And that's how he lures Jake right back to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, in Genesis chapter 49 and 9, he's that old lion, sleep. But there's going to come a time where, Yahweh Shai going to wake him back up. And it's basically that Stockholm syndrome Jake has, You just can't shake it, because he loves his oppressor, you know what I'm saying, oppressing him every day. And that's just how our people is. And verse 13, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 13. And therefore this iniquity should be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. Verse 14, and he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel, excuse me, that is broken in pieces. And he should not spare, so that there should not be found in the bursting of it shred to take from fire from the earth, or to take water without of the pit. Excuse me. So since you trust in oppression, Israel, you're going to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you're not going to be destroyed is you got to come back to Yahweh Shai. But like I said again, that's how our people do, And one of the things that they're gonna really trust in is they're gonna take that sea help. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, slacking. And they gonna do what they're gonna be first in line. to take that, because, Jake don't care. Jake just only care about what he can do for himself, you know what I'm saying? And what he can do for his daddy, you know what I'm saying? The devil, Esau Edom. John 8:44, you are your father the devil, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Esau, loves, Jake loves, you know what I'm saying? Loves the oppressor. He loves doing whatever he say do. But it's going to come a time that they're going to realize it's too late, you know what I'm saying? You should have listened to the brothers, the prophets on the highways and the byways, teaching the truth, warning you, you know what I'm saying, about Babylon. And if you don't see that this place is something is wrong with this place, then something is wrong with you, because this is not living. This is oppression. You know what I'm saying? And then we go to Isaiah chapter 30, verse 15. For thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai, power, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest should ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye will not. And that word confidence goes into word faith. You know what I'm saying? And the only way our people are going to be saved is they're going to have to turn back to Yahweh Shemi Shai. But like I said again, Israel, they love trusting in oppression. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they put their trust in. They put their trust in Babylon, the things that are pleasing to them, pleasing to their flesh. Let me go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. Yeah, because like I say, when you, because, Esau always, throw a little bone out there. So, Jake to, or, like I say, cheese, you know what I'm saying? That's an analogy that I like to use. Where he throw a little cheese out there to see if Jake gonna just, fall for the trap, And all you gotta do is just give Jake just a little, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna try to go nibble on that cheese, And that's how he operates, Jake, And that's why I say our people is destroyed for the lack of knowledge, Trusting in oppression, you know what I'm saying? And the gifts that Esau has given our people has been, crazy things, that Jake just fall for the okie doke, But if Jake don't come back and Eve don't come back to Yahweh Shemi Shai, which only the elected and 1/3 is, the 2/3 are going to be destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Zechariah 13:8, they're going to be destroyed, So let me read that back again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. Because if you're not mad, the way the world is going on now, food prices going up, you know what I'm saying? Cost of living is going up in the housing market, you know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff is going on, number killing in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Just all kind of, you got the rainbow, coalition, which you already know who that is. You know what I'm saying? It's been pushed out there heavily. But people are okay with that. So if you're not mad about that, then something is wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? So our people need to get it together and wake up, I'll go to Hosea chapter 4, verse 6 and close it out. And this one thing that our people are destroyed, you know what I'm saying? This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. Yeah, our people are destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Our people refuse to receive this truth and change, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to sacrifice and change, you know what I'm saying? Because, that's too boring, man. You know, I don't want to follow the laws of the Most High. I can't eat pork. Nah, man, I'm going to keep on eating my pork chops. You know, I can't celebrate, Christmas or Thanksgiving. Nah, I'm going to keep on celebrating those. See, they refuse to hearken to this truth. And that's why the scripture says, I'll read that back again. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou should be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Yeah, he said, I will also forget thy children. And the Most High is already turned his back on Jake. He turned his back on us, Israel. But now it's a remnant waking up, you know what I'm saying? Singing that new song, Revelation 14, singing that new song, the elect, the hopefully elect. We're praying and hoping, through the power of Yahweh Shimi Shai. So most of, since you reject this knowledge, the Most High gonna reject you. And since you don't want to get it together, and you feel like we're not being oppressed in Babylon, aka America, then something is wrong with you. So I say, if you don't, then oh well, you know what I'm saying? This truth is still gonna go out, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can stop this truth, So I'll say, hey, keep on being disobedient. But the elect, the hopefully elect, the remnant of the people who's waking up, and the 1/3, men, women, and children, those are the ones going to be saved. And we do see in our eyes that we're being oppressed in this hellhole. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that was edifying. I want to give all praises, call all Yahweh Shimi Shai. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well. To the Akim on the four corners of the earth, risking their lives, teaching the truth each and every day. To the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification. Shalom.